Well, I'm very lucky because I'm now going to introduce you to somebody else, yet another person who doesn't do very many interviews, and that's Anthony Geary. Do you prefer Anthony or Tony?
I prefer Tony, but I like Anthony in print.
Ah.
Tony is, my mother actually named me Tony. And my grandmother, of course, complained bitterly that it should be Anthony, and I think she was right, so I changed it when I turned about 35. I thought Tony was a bit familiar.
Yes. Oh, well, I shall call you Anthony then.
Oh, please.
Mr. Geary, how's that?
Ooh, I like that.
Thank you very much for doing this.
It's a pleasure.
When I asked you if you would do this, you weren't sure at first.
Well, I turned pale, didn't I?
Yes. And then I said I promised that I would only ask you questions that you know the answers to.
That's good.
So
That's
that
good.
will help.
See, if they had done that for me in my education, I would have finished college.
You didn't finish college?
No. I went to 2 years, and then I jumped out into the show business fray.
So you're too busy working to finish college. So that's a good excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I didn't finish college either.
Didn't you?
No.
I'm surprised because you're extremely intelligent and you have a wide variety of knowledge.
This is why I asked him to be
yes,
here.
particularly medically, by the way. This woman knows a lot of medical information.
We might have to explain that later, but we'll
all right.
we'll wait to get to that. Okay, now, not to put any pressure on you at all,
Yes.
but who's your favorite leading lady? You don't have to
No, you know, because I was going to ask you that. I thought you've had John Candy, you have me. I mean, just leading men alone, you could do a full season of this show. You have that collection at home, as I recall.
We won't talk about that. Now, I thought this was going to be tough because I was having to think of questions. I didn't think I was going to have to be defending myself.
All right, I'll back off. I'll back off.
The guest has turned on me. Let's get back to the question.
All right.
You grew up in a small town, correct?
I did.
How small was it?
It was so small. It was 800 people.
Really?
High in the mountains of Utah, yes. I'm not sure how I got out. I turned left at Las Vegas, and I ended up in Los Angeles in 1966.
It's hard for me to imagine you in a small town.
I know, I'm rather continental, don't you think?
Very, very, yes. When did you last go back, and what was that like?
Oh, I was just there last weekend.
Oh.
And I enjoy it very much there. My mother lives there. I have a sister who lives there, many cousins, and I never see them, but they're there. I have a small ranch there, and I like Utah very much.
So it's nice to get away to that kind of atmosphere every night.
Yes. Nice to get away where you're known only as your father's son, not as Luke Spencer or Bill Eckert or whatever.
Speaking of
yes,
Luke Spencer, there's obviously been quite a bit of press recently announcing that you're going to come back to play Luke. Now, we should explain that you're already there playing Bill, but you're going to be playing Luke again, and Jeannie Francis is coming back to play Laura.
correct.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel good. I feel very good about it. Bill Eckert has been Luke's cousin, and for various reasons, I just don't think he's been a very pleasant character to play.
To play?
To play. I have enjoyed the people with which I play, but, well, I don't know if I should go on without a First Amendment lawyer present. I think that the story has lacked. I must say, you know, when we worked together over the last year and a half as Bill and Holly, one of the things that irked me the most was this business that we didn't have chemistry, that you and I had no chemistry. Some people said that.
Not so much the people in the audience, though.
No, but other factors. And first of all, I'd like that defined. What is chemistry? To me, it's how you relate, how you listen to each other. And I noticed that when Holly and Luke were together some years ago, there was not that complaint.
No.
So I'm left with the thought that chemistry be damned. It's actually storyline, isn't it?
Yes.
which delivers a connection.
Because as an actor, you can only do so much when without the words.
Absolutely.
I mean, yes. All right, well, I think we're going to change subject.
All right.
Before we get into a lot of trouble, airing our complaints on live television can make some people very
but wouldn't
nervous.
it be fun?
But we're going to go to Shane, who's on line 15.
All right.
Just in time.
I hope it's not my former brother-in-law.
Hello. Hello,
Hi.
Shane. Are you there?
Yes.
Hello. You have a question.
Yeah, I was just, well, you just asked it. I was wondering how you felt about Jeannie Francis coming back.
How I felt about coming back?
Well, Jeannie Francis coming back.
Oh, I feel good about it. I feel, I'm excited about it. I'm losing Miss Sams, and that's a difficult step for me. So to go on, I need another sparkling leading lady, and fortunately Jeannie was available, and we have a story which I believe in, so I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be kind of exciting.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. We'll be right back after this commercial.
Protective Services.
I'm Lisa Gibb.
I'm back with Tony Geary, Mr. Geary. When we first started working together, when was that? It was 82, something like that.
Yes,
And I was a mere child at the time,
you certainly were.
and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't have a clue. And I've always told people that it was you who taught me how to act, because you would, first of all, you forced me to listen to what you were saying, which is the best thing an actor can do, is to listen. And you forced me by changing the lines all the time.
Yes.
But you did, and it was the most wonderful thing. And you also taught me little other tricks, like if you're feeling one emotion very strongly, you can use it and put it into the scene, and it might make an interesting sort of undercurrent, make it less flat.
Mm-hmm.
And you did. I haven't had any acting lessons, and I'm always, wary of saying that, because somebody might say, well, that explains it.
They'd be a fool to say such.
But who taught you how to act?
I was very fortunate. I had a lot of really fine teachers. A man named Rick Edelstein was a wonderful teacher. I worked with Lee Strasberg for 6 years. I worked with Richard Shaw in story theater and improvisation. And that became, I think that was probably the combination of Strasberg and the story theater form is what serviced me most in daytime. Mm-hmm. Because if you know how to improvise, if you know who the character is and what they want and what the relationship is, many times you can transcend material which is often mundane.
What do you think the advantages are of daytime drama as a medium, and also for you as an actor, for one as an actor?
Well, I think the advantage for the audience is the continuity, is the fact that people are living their lives concurrent with the audience living their lives, and that there is a if Holly is in a tremendously bad situation, which I think she is right now on General Hospital,
And it's your fault.
and it's absolutely Bill Eckert's fault. The audience gets to see how she handles that, and gets to see that she survives that with humor and grace and dignity and beauty. And I think that well, the actress playing it will be able to do that, I have no doubt. And I think that that's encouraging on a consistent basis for an audience. I think it gives them some hope and something to look forward to.
And hopefully we can teach them a few little lessons at the same time.
Well, we had our before Holly and Bill made love.
Yes.
We insisted
that the characters go and get an AIDS test.
get AIDS tests.
Because we thought it was important that the audience should know that it can be done in a nice, sensitive, romantic way, and that it showed that they cared about each other and about themselves.
Yes.
And I think we succeeded with that.
I
We
think so
did.
too.
Okay, we have to go to the phones.
right.
That's right, Dottie. Joseph, I believe.
Joseph is on line 14.
14. Hello, Joseph.
Oh, hello. I just wanted to say to Anthony, he's the most dynamic actor in daytime.
I agree. I
And-
absolutely agree with you.
Yes, and I felt that he really deserved an Emmy this year as his work as Bill. And my question is, what was it like working with Elizabeth Taylor? Because there was such a chemistry between them. It was great.
It was wonderful. Elizabeth is an amazingly generous woman, as anybody can attest to from the work that she's doing with AIDS and other humanitarian causes. And as an actress, she is an extraordinary woman, an extraordinary actress in a giving. You know, there were a lot of rumors when she was on General Hospital that she insisted her dressing room be painted purple and she have a huge...
But we know that rumors aren't always
absolutely
true.
untrue.
Yes.
It
Well,
was
thank
a
you.
great
Thank you for the
experience.
call. It's time to go now.
Ah,
It's over. We did
so
it.
quick.
Nothing awful happened.
You were wonderful.
And you were wonderful.
Well, no,
No,
I
darling,
insist,
you were
darling.
wonderful.
You were wonderful.
Thank you very, very much.
My pleasure.
Dottie, we did it. I'm going to be so much better tomorrow. Oh,
But you won't be
that's
here
right.
tomorrow.
I'm not here tomorrow.
I just wanted to say that we'd love for Cher to come on and talk about Jurassic Park, what she thought of the movie and how many seats she needed and all of that, and we didn't want her to think that we're trying to trash her, and we'd love to have her on the show.
By the way, I saw her not long ago. She looked wonderful.
There
And
you
how many
go.
seats did she take, though? That's the question.
It wasn't in the movie.
Oh, you were so sweet to me.